I'm the manager of HR operations at Noble. We have 18 campuses throughout the city of Chicago. I'm responsible for payroll, onboarding, talent recruitment, employee relations, benefits, all those things. It was a bit messy. There wasn't much of an organization system. So the way that the team used to do is they'd color code it based off of who owned that email. So there was a ton of emails that you had to sift through to be able to find the emails that were yours. We had quite a few cases where people would accidentally archive or remove an email that was currently being worked on. So there are a few cases where we didn't respond to folks in time, and because our work is legal, got into some legal predicaments because we did not fulfill our timelines. We have a survey that we send out to all 2,000 staff members. We ask about our customer service and our SLA, and both of those metrics were not doing great. We weren't getting our 2 business day response time, and people just felt like our customer service wasn't where it needed to be. Initially, we went with Happy Fox. We were on there for a few months, but had to remove ourselves from Happy Fox. So the way that Happy Fox worked is once you're on a ticket, you're always on the ticket. It would send out a summary ticket to everyone. And so even the people that were removed from the correspondence still received that ticket. And we needed something that was more secure and that we could see exactly who was receiving our outbound and inbound communications. We tried a few others that they worked in Gmail, but their system worked the same. So that's ultimately the most important factor and why we decided to work with Hiver. Hiver stuck out because of its HIPAA compliance. It made it very clear to us that whoever is in our to or CC section are the only people that are going to receive correspondence. So our general HR inbox gets a lot of payroll questions. And so one of our automations detects if an email that is sent to HR inbox should have gone to payroll. It removes it from the HR inbox, moves it to the payroll inbox, and then assigns it to our payroll specialist. And then from there, we also have tags built into it. So if it's a paycheck question, a benefits question, those all get tagged so she can determine which she needs to address first. So at least 4 hours a day is saved in terms of having to connect the correct people in from the inboxes. I really like a new one that we just turned on was the sentiment feature. And so I get notified whenever there's a negative sentiment, and I just read those inboxes and can jump in faster to elevate support. The notes are extremely helpful. It prevents a lot of separate chain back and forths. If someone responded to a ticket and they missed something, I can quickly jump in and tag them hey, you missed this. Or if we're collaborating on something and they need additional information, I'm able to put it in the notes and we're able to save it for later, which is super helpful. It came really handy last week because we had a huge payroll issue where we'll all jump in and fix it collectively, which would have taken one person about 10 hours, but collectively we finished it in 2 hours, which is pivotal because payroll has a deadline in terms of when we submit our wire transfer to fill payroll. And so that came in clutch. So the thing that we mostly look for is that every response that we gets a 48-hour response time. And so that's the main one we use. The analytics around workload have been super beneficial because we've been using it to compare our current workload compared to what it is during our not busy season. And so it's been helpful to advocating for another person to be on our team during this time. The feedback that I've gotten from the team is that it is much easier to get support from each other. We've also seen a large increase in the surveys that I mentioned earlier. Our end of year survey for customer service was much higher. Comparatively, it went from a 2.9 to a 3.4. But it's on a 4-point scale. And that's quite a huge jump considering 2,000 people fill out that survey. People are noticing that our responses are getting better and we're hitting our 2-day business day response. Our HR partners have also said that they just feel way more organized because they don't have to sift through so many different emails because what they need to work on is in their inbox and they don't need to find things.